The facility services department typically includes housekeeping, laundry, and grounds. Sometimes also security when it comes to key control and so forth, and I included that in this presentation. Our housekeepers are eyes and ears for us as operators when it comes to a change in our residents' behavior or health conditions. So they're on the forefront of communicating with our residents and have close relationships with them. Typically, when we clean residents' apartments, we follow either the contractual obligation, which can be on a bi-weekly or monthly basis, monthly cleaning, or if it's an a la carte service, the resident would call the housekeeping department and schedule the cleaning. For additional cleanings, housekeeping provides a good opportunity for additional revenue for the community, and the numbers below are some benchmarks for scheduling and the labor and time it takes to clean an apartment in a senior living facility. Security is an important topic for our residents, the storage of their valuables as our residents age in place, and sometimes memory impairment comes into play. Residents cannot remember if they relocated their valuables to a different room and think those valuables were stolen or somehow left the apartment. So it's important to have the right procedures in place, but also give residents this peace of mind of having opportunities to store those valuables, for example, in safes in their apartments or at the front desk. Common area custodial cleaning typically follows a master housekeeping plan for common areas such as the hallways, the lobby, the dining room or dining rooms, and the bathrooms. Very important to follow the proper procedures and infection control in all settings, but especially in assisted living or skilled nursing facilities. The more we train our housekeepers and the more thoroughly we train our housekeepers, the more we will reduce turnover and increase productivity. Oftentimes vendors for chemicals as well as housekeeping supplies provide training manuals, training videos, and nowadays these are available in different languages as well, which really helps some providers depending on the geographical area they're in. When it comes to purchasing chemicals, you can either purchase concentrates or ready-to-use products. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. Concentrates are sometimes a little more expensive, but are easier to handle versus ready-to-use, come in big buckets or barrels and can cause back injuries and also cost you time. Very important to prevent injuries. The most common injuries in the housekeeping department are lacerations and back injuries from lifting and from getting cut while cleaning. So it's important to provide the correct personal protective equipment, which includes the uniform. So the uniform serves as protection but also as identifier, and as senior living communities become more and more hotel-like and resort-style operations, the uniform can also serve as a branding tool and to dress up the housekeepers a little bit. For the housekeepers, it's very important to have the uniforms be comfortable, easy to work in. So if the uniform has too much polyester in it, it is not a healthy environment and your housekeepers will complain. Laundry service can be in-house operated or outsourced. Resident linens and personal laundry for the resident would be taken care of through that operation, as well as community provided linens such as bed linens in the health center or assisted living operation, table linens for your dining operations, napkins sometimes, and so forth. I posted an article as well as a discussion board question around outsourcing laundry service, and I look forward to your answers. The maintenance department and the engineers take care of the buildings, the physical plant, all the equipment. They are responsible for new installations of new equipment as well as maintaining the existing equipment. Best practices is to follow a preventative maintenance plan that each part of the building as well as piece of equipment should be on, per the manufacturer recommendation, to ensure that we get the maximum life use out of each piece of equipment. A work order system today, typically electronic on a computer, helps to track and assign work order tasks to maintenance staff. And those work orders typically come from residents, but can also come from employees to fix things in the building and offices, to change a light bulb in a resident unit or a plugged sink and so forth. Capital improvements are very important. As I previously mentioned, we want to keep our senior living communities attractive and up and running, and always on the new edge for equipment and building standards and so forth. So it's important to put the building on a 5-year capital replacement plan, to have that plan in place for a couple of reasons. One is to, as I said, continuously update and upkeep the building, but also to be able to look at each year's for the budget and to be able to see what capital expenses are coming down the pike for the next year, and to properly plan for that in the budget. Staffing is very important. It's important to not overstaff or understaff in senior living communities that are typically IL. The rule can be about 1 FTE per 100 residents. In a CCRC, those staffing ratios are a little higher. What's also very important to the maintenance operation is to control the access to the building and the keys that are handed out to employees as well as residents. So there should be a key plan in place, as well as a proper system to monitor and track the keys, the issuance of keys and the return of keys as well. Other services the building maintenance department provides is pest control, grounds, if there's any landscape around the building and the campus, window care, service contracts for elevators and so forth, tools and equipments, and to renovate units as they turn over, and also renovate common areas. Modernizing old equipment has paybacks on many levels. One is efficiency of the equipment itself, which leads into the sustainability and using less energy, but you will also save on labor costs and expenses of not having to upkeep and maintain or fix and repair the old equipment. For new energy saving measures, such as installing new windows or getting energy efficient equipment in the door, you can get energy credits. LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. That's a new classification or label, if you will, for building standards moving forward. There's several levels, such as platinum, gold, silver, and the platinum is the highest level. For example, the project that my company is working on right now is aiming for the platinum level in Portland, Oregon. Then there's also regulatory impacts, such as OSHA, fire life safety. The maintenance department has to live by and has to operate by. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them on the Ask the Instructor discussion boards, or send me an email to thirsch@retirement.org. Thank you.